Hey, that's right. It is morning again. That's morning somewhere. This is your host, Jeff Ski Kinsey. This is the Fast Charge Energy podcast, the audio version. I also do a video version, and I've also got a newsletter, Coffee with Ski. I keep busy. What about you? It's not just a rhetorical question. I mean, I'd love to hear from you. What is it you're excited about? Let's talk about the EV space again. Yet again today. Yes, I can always find something new to talk about in the EV space. So today we're sponsored by Rhino Island Media, and maybe the image will tip that off. That's some good artwork in the photo that accompanies this post this morning, this podcast, and it was created by an artificial intelligence. So guess what? I own the rights to it so far, until the AI comes knocking at my door and says, hey, where's my royalty payments? That's a conversation for a whole nother day. Plus, let me point out, this is going to be another what we call jab. Again, in the spirit of Gary Vaynerchuk's book, Jab, 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 Right Hook, which he equates to give, 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 and then ask for the order. I'm going to give some information away today. I remember there was a post I noticed earlier on LinkedIn talking about luxury brands and how me translating it is 10 times the amount of effort that you think will be necessary is often required. And luxury brands understand that. There's no quit in luxury brands. And especially if you're dealing to a more affluent market, okay, they have expectations. Unjustifiably in some cases, sure. But so what? I think we all do in certain areas. Like for me, it's automobiles. Okay, I remember, I might have told this story before, my dad was 20 years older than me. And so I'm 16, I'm driving, so he's 36. And we sit down one day and count up the number of cars he has owned at age 36. It was over 100. Okay, and he was not a car salesman. Never owned a car lot. So I think I'm at 32, and I'm much older than that. Much older than that. And I'm only at 32. So by my dad's standard, I'm a piker. But by the average, I would say I'm above average in that regards. So as you all know, I've caught the EV bug. I don't personally own one. I've driven a bunch of them. I rent them. Recently, I was at Myrtle Beach and via this app called TURO. Shout out to TURO, T-U-R-O. If you don't know about it, it gives you a chance to try out some amazing vehicles. And they got some, and believe it or not, they got a Lamborghini at Akron-Canton Airport in my backyard. Okay? So if you've been wanting to drive a Lambo, it's only $1,000 a day. Plus, there is a deposit in addition to the rental. And if they get the car back and everything's in working order, etc., then you get the deposit back. Anyhow, they've got some great cars. At Myrtle Beach, last time I was down there, I rented a Tesla Model X. Yep, the one with the gull wing doors. And I was pleasantly surprised. It was a dual motor, as I recall. I think it was called a 100D. And just an amazing experience. And if you have not driven a Tesla, they make test drives available for free. Okay, this is not a Tesla commercial, but I am a huge fanboy because they have no equal. It is a brand that, yes, have they had some problems? Are there some lemons built by Tesla? I would have to say yes. Are there very many of them? No way. Okay, but speaking of that, just real quick, I did a test drive of a Model Y, and the nearest one to me is up in Fairlawn, Ohio, basically Akron. And so it's on a Sunday, and I get up there, and the place is closed. And the instructions were, hey, go over to the Model Ys, and there's going to be a QR code in the windshield, and scan it, and basically we'll hook you up with, you get the Tesla app, and you open the doors, you get in, you drive it, They say, it's an hour, drive it for 30 minutes, come back, look it over, jump in and all around it for 30 minutes and, then go on your way. How cool is that? Okay. The other day I was talking to somebody and I said something and it's like, well, where are you? How far away are you? And sometimes you might have to load up an app to figure that out. But with the Tesla, both on the car and on the app, you can look and it says, if you've punched it in on the dashboard, so to speak, it'll tell you, hey, you're 32 minutes away. Anyhow, I said all that to say, if you haven't tried an EV, guess what? Did you know that there's already 1 out of every 10 new cars sold in the U.S. is an electric vehicle, okay? And over 60% of those are Teslas. Number 2, do you know there are going to be more Teslas sold tomorrow than there were yesterday? Okay. EVs are happening. So you can bury your head in the sand, or I've done this before. I've rented cars. When I've done business trips, I would rent a car that I was thinking about buying. I rented 1 month. I was working out in Iowa. I rented a PT Cruiser. We loved the looks of them. We were down at Disney World one year, and we're looking at this thing. What is that? Oh, it's a PT Cruiser. Kind of weird looking, but it grew on us, and so I rented one for the month, and I spent 3 weeks out in Iowa, come back, and we fell in love with it. Ended up buying 2 of them, okay? So, hey, I could go on and on, but the cool thing is this app called TURO. Check it out. Tell them the Ski Man sent you, and do rent an EV, and let me know what you think.